Again, context for those of you that are listening to this strictly on audio on 4cannonsake.com, or you are watching this, or rather, you're listening to this on like Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. We're about to watch the Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay reveal. It is a 48-minute long walkthrough that does have some commentary from CD Projekt Red themselves. It is still up on their YouTube, official YouTube, I believe. Yes, on Cyberpunk 2077's official YouTube. It is still up. This was from 2 years ago. So this was August 27, 2018 when this was released. So we're going to watch this. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. This video, or this segment rather, is going to be probably over an hour long because we're going to be talking about everything. It's going to be a lot of starting and pausing because we need to give context to this situation. A lot of people have been blaming consumers, and all sorts of things, and your expectations were high and all that. So let's look at this, and from me, coming from someone that's clocked over 170 hours on this game. Again, reiterating, I don't hate the game. I am disappointed in the game. It does not deliver on the new next gen immersive RPG experience. That is not what this game is. It's not bad by any means. I think you'd be dishonest to say that it was terrible, but for sure it fails to deliver in a lot of aspects, and it is a disappointing. It's underwhelming in that it does doesn't do really many things new at all. And there are games that are open world, especially in a sandbox sort of deal, that have more that do things that this game does not even mediocre. This game does badly in some aspects. So let's watch this, and then we'll discuss it here in a bit. So you're going to I may need to change some things with the size if you guys are watching this, because I want to make sure you guys can see everything. So I'm gonna move this a little bit. Matter of fact, let's just do this. Let's just bring it up full screen. Why don't we do that? And then move that there. Matter of fact, I'll just fit the whole thing in here. Why not? All right, so again, let's watch this. You are going to be watching, this is 2018, so let's check it out.
It's clear. Go.
Take a look.
Welcome to the gameplay demo walkthrough of CD Projekt Red's upcoming title, Cyberpunk 2077. A narrative-driven, open-world RPG set in a dark version of the future. Before we start, a small but important disclaimer. The gameplay you're about to see is from a work-in-progress version of the game. Everything you see is potentially subject to change.
Make sure you keep that in mind.
In Cyberpunk 2077, you can fully customize your character using a deep customization system. For this demo, we're going to play a female. Keep in mind that what you see here is not final. We just want to give you a glimpse of what will be possible in the released game. This is an RPG, so before we get into our appearance, we need to define our backstory. What you choose here will unlock different possibilities later in the game.
All right, let's pause. That shit is not in the game. This is not in the game. This is not your customization screen. It does not have this level of depth. And this lets me know that my argument is this, and I wanted to save this for the segment. My argument is that they pivoted. Keep in mind, I don't know when the official Keanu Reeves addition was. I don't have that information. I'm sure somebody will fact check me in the comment section. Okay? But I know that everybody didn't go crazy until, what was it, E3? That was last year. This is 2020 when this was shot. That was a year ago. It was about a year and a half ago if you consider that it was in the summer. This video is 2 years ago. This video was in 2018. The Keanu thing happened the next year. Now, again, that doesn't mean that he wasn't brought on the team in 2018. I have no idea when he was brought up. My guess, and I could be wrong, but my guess is that some executive, for whatever reason, thought that they was completely out of touch, had enough power to pull this off and or rather force this on everybody. And my guess is that they brought in Keanu and it completely changed the landscape of the game. That's my guess. In that they were like, hey, we got Keanu. How that happened, I don't know. But they decided at that point, whoever decision that it was, they decided that they are going to move the game in a direction that is centered around whoever Keanu Reeves was going to be playing. That's exactly what they did. So that's my best guess. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's what it feels like, because Johnny controls the entire narrative. He is the game. It all things lead up to him in that ending, right? It is very linear in that regards. Yes, there are a couple of mission chains that you can do, about 2 basically, that will give you a different ending if you so choose to go that route in the ending raid. Spoiler alerts, there's going to be plenty of spoilers in this video. Plenty. Sorry, should have said that earlier. Don't care. It's too, y'all know I don't do spoiler free stuff anyway, but I guess people may be watching this video, they aren't familiar with me. But the ending raids that you do, there's basically a few different, basically they all end up in the ending raid. Big battle, essentially. 2 of them you can get by basically completing some mission chains, right? That gets you those. And in those, they all end in the sense that there's a fork in the road, blue pill, red pill, A, B, morally gray kind of scenario, damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing that happens at the end. That's basically the only thing that matters. And unfortunately, by the end, you can't even live up your consequences, live down your consequences rather. So if you chose this particular option, you cannot go back in the world to see how it develops from there. Free roam and stuff like that. That doesn't exist. Everything that is there to do in the game is tied to a mission type of some sort. And after that is completed, the game's fucking dead because the city's dead. That's neither here nor there, that latter part. Look at this. Look at this. This is only on one section, by the way, for you guys that can't see. There are 5 sections. There's the birth record. They are in the background check section. The biometric scan section, appearance, and biostats. Those are the 5 sections. This right here is not there. This was completely removed from the game. Okay? Completely removed from the game. It has a childhood hero. One being Blackhand, Silverhand, Johnny Silverhand, or Arasaka, right? So here they have childhood heroes. In the game, they have life paths. And this one has key life event, death of a sibling, ran away from home, your first big kill. None of that. That whole part right there is not even there. The second part that says, why Night City? Not even there. It doesn't exist. None of those instances are there, which I could see how they go a route where basically the combination of these will determine much of the story. That does not exist in the game. The only thing that exists is the paths, life paths, and they don't change shit. Well, let me take that back. They changed something. You get a different interlude, a different starting cinematic experience. That's what you get, right? Outside of that, you get none of this. Why you're in Night City, the key life event, that I could see how if they went off of this, it would severely change your experience in Night City. It would severely change that. You get options that you simply would not get. Options that you simply would not get if you chose those. I could see where that would be a thing. This does not exist in the final game for you guys that have played it or haven't played it, excuse me. All you get is a life path option, and that's it. Out of 3, Corpo, Nomad, Street Kid. That's it. There is no there, and all those change are the interludes. That like your beginning cinematic. So why are you in Night City? Basically, you get that difference if depending on what you choose. After that, it's a completely irrelevant thing. You have dialogue options, most of which don't change shit. They don't you don't get any boost for saying, okay, I said corpo here. That doesn't change anything for the most part because it's so linear in that aspect. So keep in mind, we're 1 minute and 8 seconds. This was completely removed from the game. Okay. So again, but for those of you guys that are like, well, a lot of y'all had expectations that were too high. This was in a fucking gameplay trailer. That was 2 years ago. They removed it from the game. Okay? We're not even what is this? A minute and 8 seconds. Let's continue.
Also, you can use an array of different options.
Now, this stuff I would imagine is very similar. It just looks different. It's a different UI. I don't remember us having this amount of colors though. Someone else could be able to tell me. I don't remember having this amount of like, at least not these tones. But yes, all of that stuff, the eyes being able to change the nose, ears, skin tone, that stuff is there. And it exists in the game. It may even have, all of this stuff is just a different UI. Some people are saying in the chat that it looks better than what you got, which I'm not going to sit here and disagree. But yeah, like this, to be fair, as I possibly can, this part is at least in the game. What we saw before was not in the game, but this part is for the most part. Maybe there are some changes, but for the most part, this is in the game.
Modify how you look. These include body type, hairstyle.
Now that was a fucking lie. Body type changes do not exist in this game. What unless you consider genital changes as body type changes. You are a slim figure no matter fucking what you choose. You are that figure. That's what, and when we were going through my customization, first of all, the fact that they don't actually got man beards on the game really pissed me off. But that's neither here nor there. There is no variation of the body type though. Yeah, you can change which is a gimmick anyway, because there's no point in that. Like, why do you need to be able to have your penis change in different, like, I don't know why they added that in the game, to be honest, because it's not like you see it unless you just, wake up again after a brain dance and you butt ass naked for some reason. That's the only reason why it's there. There is no change. There's no reason that's in the game, but you get more customization options there than you get with your overall body. There's no body type changes. You do not get to change your body type. The style aspect is not in the game. But I would imagine this wouldn't matter as much anyway, because you get like gear and shit. Unless this was like giving you different like dialogue options and stuff like that, like as far as your attitude and how you go about it. I don't really know how they would have done that, to be completely honest. But either way, you change your clothes. So whatever on this. But actual body type, that doesn't exist.
Tattoos, makeup, skin tone, and many, many more. But visuals aren't everything. You'll also be able to customize
this
your
is
initial
in the game
setup. You'll notice we didn't pick a class. Cyberpunk 2077 features a fluid class.
What is Constitution? What was that supposed to replace? Because I know strength. Nah, they're not worded like this, but that's no big deal, right? Cool is, the technical ability is, the intelligence. I guess this is the body, and the reflexes is there. What was Constitution? What was that? I don't remember. What did they replace that with? Or is it not on the game? Because aren't there only 5? I don't know. I can't. There's only 5, right? There's only 5 in the final game. if I'm not mistaken. Body is constitution in the tabletop. Okay. So what was strength? I think they just combined these. It's the blank space on the oh, okay, gotcha.
And you'll be able to modify your class throughout the game. This demo takes place near the beginning of the game. V and her friend Jackie, along with a netrunner named T-Bug, are hired to find and retrieve a missing person, a girl whose locator implant went dark.
Always clear. Go.
1237 on your right. Girls inside. Biomon's been down an hour. Better.
All right, this is one of the first missions that you do, by the way, and T-Bug is not doing this from what I remember. First of all, this part of my game was bugged for like the entire game. It's still bugged. It's still bugged where I can't really, depending on who I talk to, I think Dakota is like the only one that I can talk to where I see their full body. Everybody else is like Delamain's glitching in and out. Obviously, I completed everything there is to be done, including Delamain's chain. And he's glitching in and out. But T-Bug is in the game, but T-Bug doesn't like, she looks like here, like she's connected to you. I don't remember that. I just remember her body being there. But she wasn't like, it didn't seem like, all right, hey, I'm here with you guys. That didn't seem like that at all. It was just her like sitting up. And that was basically, if you called her or you talked to her on the phone, after that, she was in that same position. When you go do another brain dance with Evelyn and Judy, the first brain dance, she's in that same position. Like she doesn't change, adjust. So this is way more detailed in this version than it was because she actually looks like, hey, I'm telling you where to go. I got this shit attached to my head. But T-Bug, that like this was not what she was doing and during this part.
Cyberpunk 2077 is a first-person role-playing game. This perspective enables us to maximize your immersion.
Now, I know a lot of people don't like that. Some people are like, I wanted a third-person option. To be honest, in my honest opinion, considering how the game works, I'm not against it being in first person and the driving being in third. Definitely considering where they went with it. That was something that I had less of a problem with.
In 2.8 seconds. Reached it. Your turn.
The way I know.
Alarms neutralized.
Oh, are we fucking late? Is that her? Is that our target, V?
Room's too simple. Not our girl, I think. Keep looking.
It looks like these scavengers are kidnapping people to harvest their implants. Okay. Things are about to get heated.
All right. I don't remember. Do y'all remember? I remember this part. I don't remember being able to shoot the motherfucker underwater. I don't remember that. I remember being able to hit him and throw him in there. But I don't remember you being able to like have that option for a takedown where you hit him over. I do not remember this. But it's just pretty sick. So basically, to nullify the sound, she shoots him in the dome. In the that's pretty sick, by the way. I don't remember this. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If there was something that you did with your body, if you had that upgraded by that time at a certain aspect, I do not remember this being in the game. So some people in the chat saying that didn't happen. I remember you being able to like hit him, and then he falls in the dumps him in the thing. But I don't remember that. It's a sick ass takedown. But it's one of those things like, why would they remove that?
We'll take a reflex.
I guess something so small, but why would they remove that?
Temporarily allows us to use the Kereznikov ability.
I didn't go in and do it in this part that loud. I couldn't. My stats suck.
This is Kereznikov.
That whole diving and or slide into the and you aim. There's like perks and shit that allow you to do that or whatever they call them. Pretty sick. You see my videos, I do it with the shotgun a lot. I don't think they called it that. I feel like they used that term for something else, but I could be wrong.
Cover! My cover!
Can't see shit! Got none to fucking use!
Room he's in looks out on the balcony. Got a window on the left. Go!
Yeah, most of this is similar. I didn't do any of this though. I got like a weird ass animation. Yeah, that I don't even think I got that. I think I got my shit was bugged though. Well, like we killed him before he got to do that.
Layout shows only
But
one
I
room
believe
left,
that's in the
bathroom.
game.
Go.
Sure hope our target's in there. Cabrones.
And then the chick. Yeah, all of this,
Think I got her.
all of this,
Got our target.
We make it.
all this is the same.
This does not look good.
No, in a minute. Jacking into Biomon.
All this is the same. Like, and this is one of the first missions that you do, by the way. For those of you that have not played the game, this is one of the first things that you do.
Well, she will be if we can get her to a hospital. Sheesh. Trauma Team Platinum, too.
Platinum? Shit, TT should have swooped in if she sneezed.
Something's jamming the Biomon signal. Talk to me, T-Bug.
Virus probably. Locate her neurosocket. Should be a shard slotted in. Shit's probably on that. If we clear it, free up the signal, TT could actually drop in, take her off our hands.
Got the shard. Removing it now.
All this is like different UI stuff, but most of this is similar.
An emergency evacuation unit has been dispatched and is due to arrive at your location in 180 seconds.
But y'all see how good this looks here, which it does. It looks great, and it's almost misleading. And this is what the PC masturbators. Which, man, I played most of the game on PC because I had to, because fucking PlayStation 5 was unfucking playable. But you see at the bottom right where it says B to skip, so it gives you this idea that they're not playing on mouse and keyboard. They're probably playing on controller on PC when they do this. But of course, it was because it was promoted on those systems. You get the idea that the console version, the current gen version of the game, is going to look something similar to that. They were really kind of shady. I know that's something small, but they were really shady with some of this shit, man.
Biomon claims trauma will be here in 3 minutes.
Like the fucking cavalry. Let's get her out of here.
Your premium plan will cover 90% of the projected costs of your
Yeah, virtually all of this is the same.
V, you need to know what's going on.
Jackie,
Like, this is the
air
same. They didn't change much of this.
She's stable.
Fuera, Jaina. Get her outside. I'll cover you.
It turns out a virus disrupted the girl's locator implant. We've fixed that, and now help is inbound.
Swarm of the sons of bitches, 2 vans full, just pulled up outside.
Fuera. Get her out. Terrorists.
Stand clear. Landing.
This is all par for the course.
Where you are. Place the patient on the stretcher. Five steps back. Now. I said step back. PT-133 to control. Patient NC570442 secured. Stimulants being administered, 70 milligrams dopamine, 110 norepinephrine, 800 Viagra.
Hey, give us a lift out of here? No problem.
Cutting connection. T-Bug out.
All clear.
That was Trauma
you and me
Team,
blow.
a kind of high-end premium medical
Don't
insurance.
have much time from what Bug said.
We've delivered the target, and T-Bug has notified us that the scavengers have called in reinforcements. Let's get out of here before they arrive.
I got the eddies for new wheels now. Eyeing something real fine, too. How about you, Aina? Probably blow it all on booze in 3 days.
All right, so
Talking about
it doesn't go in third person like that, almost never. So this doesn't happen. Like, so them showing now, I'm not one to nitpick that, but that doesn't happen. So you're not gonna really see your character. Like, really, the only time that you see your character, like, again, not counting looking in the mirror, is usually like the ending cinematic was like when you finally kind of see your character doing something else with them, like in more of a third person setting. But yeah, the cutscenes, having your player there, or your the guy you're controlling there with Jackie or anybody, that does not exist almost anywhere in the game.
somebody else, Jack. You cleaner than a cunt at a combat.
So that's not a thing. Butt naked for some reason. Oh, because you just, yeah, I guess this is, yeah, so, okay, this doesn't happen. Not that I remember. Is this some, like, street kid shit? Because
Cyberpunk
you don't get this animation
visceral
of
experience, and as such,
like
it will let you explore
I don't remember
a variety
that.
of different interactions with the game world. And as you just saw,
Well, no, certainly third person, that doesn't exist. Hold on, what did he just say? I'm over talking over the motherfucker.
and as
Visual experience will let you explore a variety of different interactions within the game, as you just saw. It's people.
you just saw,
In the missions, yes. If they are specifically tied to like a mission, or in this case, I don't know if that was supposed to be a joy toy, but like that didn't look like, and that wasn't Jackie, was it? Like that guy? No, that's
is a
not fucking
mature-
Jackie. That's just some random guy. Who is this? If you played as a chick, and I know some of y'all did that in the chat. Who the fuck is this? Because this isn't a joy. This is neither one of the joy toys. Neither one of the unless there's a more manly joy toy, which may be the case. Like a more, because the joy toys that are on the game that are dudes, they look some kind of way. But this dude is like a street dude. I don't remember seeing this, and so I see some people in the chat. That's not a joy toy. That's not a joy toy. All right, so yeah, okay, so yeah, this cinematic is, I never played as a chick, but this cinematic, at least in this third person experience where this person's waking up, clearly you just like did something, slept with this dude, or whatever. In your dude's case, you slept with a guy. Well, maybe I'm gonna say, if you roll that way, you're a guy sleeping with a guy. That's fine. That's your business. But if you're a guy sleeping with a gal, like, or anything like that, third person shit, none of that's in the game. None of that's in the game.
visceral experience, and as such, it will let you explore a variety of different interactions with the game world. And as you just saw, it's people.
That is such a, if you're looking at what he said, like, it makes it sound like, okay, you get to explore and you have these different interactions with the game world. That is not true. There is nothing to do outside of the game world. Look, it's a play on words more than anything, right? So they get to fall back on, we have all of these side missions, we have all these side quests and stuff like that, and that's what they mean. But outside of that, there is literally nothing to do in Night City. Night City is dead. You get, by the end, spoiler alert, there's 2, but if you do a particular chain at the end, you get a second and a third and a fourth joy toy, and that's it. There's nothing else as far as interacting with people outside of the quest. Be it if you're fighting the Night City Police Department stuff, that's it. And again, you never see this. There's no like, okay, I would have accepted that. Like, for most of the game to be in first person, and then like for a cutscene or two to put you in third, would have had no problem with that. I'm just not as against. I know some people wanted a full third person option for the game. I don't necessarily agree with that. I like the route that they went, making it first person, but I certainly wasn't against this. If they would have done this, but they led us to believe that there was going to be, like, definitely with cutscenes and stuff, you were going to be able to at least see your character interact, and none of that really exists. Yes, it does kind of exist in, like, if you do that shit with Pan Am, where y'all doing that weird shit in that truck thing, or whatever, I forget what they call that hovering vehicle, right? Where then you do see your player in that little cutscene. But like this right here, you're in your bed, or that little elevator scene that we saw with the character and Jackie, that does not exist anywhere in the game.
Explore a variety of different interactions with the game world, and as you just saw,
And this statement right here is completely overstated. Yes, you can do vending machines.
Silverhand, been a year since he went on his last ride. All you gunks sitting in the afterlife nursing that scotch, waiting for something better. You know what I mean.
the job was a success, and V obviously has some money to burn.
Yeah, this would have been cool, man. Like this aspect, like third person cutscenes, or even in like more of the, okay, you're not actually in back, kind of like what Destiny does with their hubs, right? Where you can walk around and see your player like in hubs or something like that. I believe Destiny does that. Other games have done it for sure. That would have been a cool element, right? But this isn't in the game. You only get to see your character.
Hey, sup, V? Look, I need to talk to you.
And like two things.
Big as my balls.
And I got a hot date with my Ripper Doc.
Come on, Aina, make the doc wait. Pull some pants on your culo and get down here. Subway entrance, and bring your iron.
Okay, Jackie has just told us that he has some big news for us, and we have an appointment with our Ripper Doc today. Before we leave, let's take a good look around our apartment.
It isn't in the game.
Good morning, Night City. The song on the radio is by rocker boy Johnny Silverhand. It's part of our creative process to draw inspiration from the pen and paper system created by Mike Pondsmith, and to put our own 2077 spin on it. Let's go grab our gear.
Hold on, did I miss something? Hold on.
Mike Pondsmith. Creative process to radio is before we leave.
Yeah, oh wow, how did I miss that at first? There is absolutely zero. The more I'm watching this, the more I'm kind of getting pissed off. They completely removed shit from this game, guys. We got a bare bones fucked version of this game. You see that where it says like you get this like, looks like you can have a brain dance option where it looks like you can just look at them shits just to be looking at it? That is not in the game. And that's what I said was one of the cooler aspects that should have been explored more was the brain dancing. Not necessarily with like looking at, okay, thermal, audio, sound, visual stuff and trying to do the detective work. That's cool. I know some people don't like that. That's cool as well. But like the whole brain dance exploration to me was a genius idea because it basically allows you within that world to do other stuff within it that can make for dynamic gameplay. That is not in the fucking game. There's no first of all, this whole fucking, hey, I'm on the I can kind of access what it looks like to be kind of this interface on the on the window and shit. That ain't even in the game, number one. But the whole brain dance option, they pivoted from that for sure.
Let's take a good look around our apartment. Good morning, Night City. The song on the radio is by rocker boy Johnny Silverhand. It's part of our creative process to draw inspiration from the pen and paper system created by Mike Pondsmith, and to put our own 2077 spin.
Again, the way he's talking like Johnny Silverhand is an afterthought of this game. This is why my theory is as such. I feel like they added Keanu, and then Keanu, whether it be in his contractual obligation negotiated by the agent, or there was something that some executive was like, they thought that this was going to get more people to buy the game. Like that didn't seem like that was where they wanted to control the game. It seems like they added them, and then the game, it changed from that, and now Johnny's the entire fucking game, right? Obviously, that is. I don't know if Keanu Reeves can like sing and shit, but that clearly isn't him.
Let's go grab our gear. Okay. We'll take these trusty
And
pistols.
doesn't in the like game, don't what's the name do most of the vocals? Carrie? I mean, I know Johnny does some in Samurai, but doesn't like Carrie do? I know when you do the man, and that song was kind of sick. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of heavy. The song that they do in when you do if you do that mission chain, where you do that one last show, and Carrie was getting down. No lie, Carrie was getting down, man. Like it was heavy. It was heavy. I like that. I like the song. Like this little scene was like whatever. But I thought Carrie did most of the vocals anyway.
And also grab our jacket. Since Cyberpunk 2077...
This shit is not in the fucking game, bro. That's not a thing, man. This is not a thing. This makes the experience more immersive, but this is not a thing. This is not a thing. And even that whole pistol shit, that's not a thing, man. That's not a thing. Like, again, we're only 10 minutes into this, and let's talk about all the shit that the little details that would have made this a better, more immersive experience were completely fucking removed from this game, man.
27 is an RPG.
So there's a case for... All right, I'm not going to say there's a... Man, I don't know, man. There's some fraud going on. Like, look at this. Increases street leveling speed by 5%. Is there any perk? Like any... I don't remember seeing this. Now, I could be wrong. Please correct me in the chat. Is there any bit of gear that does shit like that? Is there any bit of gear that does anything like that? I don't remember seeing it. Like, I know there were perks, obviously, but I don't remember any gear that specifically, obviously this is a samurai jacket, which is kind of clean, but I don't remember that being a thing. Any gear with like increasing leveling speed, which adds more of the RPG element and stuff that you can do. I don't remember that in the game at all. And look, and he's mentioning it. You can see in the dialogue, we have the caption up. You see in the dialogue, he specifically mentions it like, yeah, look at this. It not only provides us protective stats, but it also increases our street cred. And it seems like if you look at take the caption off. All right, yeah, perks and stuff where there's like clothing mods. That's all I remember. I don't remember the jacket just inherently doing shit, but like there are clothing mods that you can add to it that would do stuff like this, that would have resistance and stuff like that. But there was no like none of this like, hey, your jacket's in the closet and this is what your jacket does, take it. None of that shit's in the fucking game. That's completely removed. Wasn't there.
The jacket not only provides us with protective stats like armor, but it also increases our street cred. Street cred is a form of experience the player acquires by completing side missions. It is used to unlock new vendors and content throughout Night City.
What new vendors? I don't remember that were unlocked doing the side quests. Unless, okay, yeah, I guess technically that did happen because if you go like do the shit with the nomads, then the nomad, like the vendor in their little area is there. Yeah, okay.
All right, let's go meet Jack. V's current apartment is located inside a mega...
Wait a minute.
Let's go meet Jack. V's current apartment...
Is little niggas riding on scooters even in the game?
Is located...
Why? Wait a minute. Wait, hold up. Is anybody riding a scooter in this? I don't remember seeing that at all. I know there's like a guy in a wheelchair.
inside a mega building, a huge building complex that forms a micro-society of its own. In this timeline, technology and the world have evolved in some ways that seem familiar, but entirely surprising in others. As an example, in this world, people pay with eddies, slang for Eurodollars. We make sure to root every detail in the world's lore, so everything has its purpose and stays believable.
Let me repeat that for me one more time. I don't got the captions up and I can't hear.
Detail in the world's lore.
We make sure to root every detail in the world's lore so everything has its purpose and stays believable.
So everything has its purpose and stays believable. A big part of our RPG experience is having a world that is interactive.
All right, maybe there is a case to be made for fraud. Maybe there is a case to be made for fraud. There is literally, guys, for those of you that trust me on this, I have all the receipts that you need. Matter of fact, let's pull up some receipts right now. For anybody that does not believe that I have played the living shit out of this game, playtime is 189.8 hours on this unit. This isn't my even using my main unit, but 180. If there's nobody else that knows about this, I was playing this shit for you talking like 15 hours at a time, right? Believe me when I say this. That is utter horseshit. There is nothing in this world that you can interact with that is not specifically tied to a mission. Aside from the vendors, meaning that you can go to like Ripper Docs and stuff to go buy your like just standard stuff that will be in games that you don't even consider RPGs but are in open world, that will have people that are on the map that you can go buy some shit from. That's virtually it, right? Ripper Docs to change your shit out. You got the weapon guys, you got the net runners, you got the Joy Toys, which you can get some cinematic scene of y'all shacking it up. Aside from that, there is nothing else to do. There is nothing else interactive. And this is why I said in my post that I gained a newfound respect for Rockstar. Unfortunately, they set our standards too high for Rockstar when it came both to GTA and Red Dead Redemption, where they have their world is way more interactive, right? And yeah, it may seem silly, it's small, that you can buy a property, right, which can then make you money, and there's things like that you can do at that property. Maybe it has arcades, you can play the arcades, or you can go to a theater and watch a movie. You can go play tennis or golf or darts or all of that. That may seem like something that is virtually insignificant, but it only feels that way because we were given the option. None of that shit like that, like stuff like little small things like that, go run a triathlon, that is not in the game. There's nothing like that in the game. Nothing like that. So, and this is what was one of my most disappointing aspects of this game, was the world is fucking dead. Night City is dead, man. Night City is dead. Like there's nothing else to do outside of what they specifically want you to go do. So they say, hey, assault in progress here. Illegal crime activity here. Side mission here. Like that's, aside from that, that is it. This is not an interactive world like that. It just has a bunch of stuff that you can do within its world, but they all are tied to specific stuff that the game wants you to do, which is why you feel empty. It forces you into this linear experience that leads towards Johnny Shoehorn anyway. And then before you do like, say if you want to go do everything, right? Before the last mission anyway, outside of that, there's nothing else to do. The game is not even close. And that's not even to mention the NPCs being fucking retards. But that, I specifically take issue with this because, and this is why a lot of our expectations were like this, because it was looking like this very ambitious RPG, but not just RPG, an RPG life simulator, right? Where your consequences, your actions to your consequences, your dialogue, things that you say, and the world itself is believable and shit. That doesn't mean the game looks bad. That doesn't mean that the game sucks even. What we're saying is that when it comes to this like type of shit, this is a false promise. This is a false promise. This does not exist in this game, right? It's such a big part. And this is what they touted. They touted this experience as a big part of their game. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It is not a thing in this game. Unbelievable.
Here, a generic ad has morphed into an advertisement specifically tailored to V. Inform.
Does that happen? I haven't paid that much attention.
Ad has
but is
morphed.
this even in the fucking game? Show vendor, is that even in the game? And again, they're bragging about this, guys. So when they remove it, and the CD Projekt Red fanboys who act like it's your fault, your expectations were too high. This is what they showed us, man. They showed us. This is what they're touting. Like, hey, we're doing something that you have not seen. This is going to be a different experience. This is a RPG that is more so in the form of a life simulator. This game is not it, man. That's not what this game is. None of this. How many things? We're 11 minutes in. How many things have we seen that are like these details that they're highlighting? Not just details that, okay, here's a UI change that may not be in the game or this little small. No, this is stuff that, hey, look at us. We're bragging about this. Look at this. You can change your vendor when you go to a ad. That's just not even in the game.
Into an advertisement specifically tailored to V, informing her of the nearest vendor she can purchase the product.
Not in the game.
In this case, it shows us where to find some Nicola soda.
Not in the game.
For the very first stages of food production, with bioquality that even Mother Nature can only.
You can buy colas and shit though. Like that's in the game.
Try out our fresh water and let your tongue be amazed. Yum.
This is Wilson,
He's
one
in
of
the
Night
game.
City's many gunsmiths. We won't be checking his wares today, but you can purchase and upgrade your weapons and gear throughout the city. Cyberpunk 2077 is set in...
Wait, hold on. Let me see all them
throughout
options
the
real
city.
quick. Because they all look clickable. Services, apartments, parking.
Cyberpunk
Okay.
2077 is set in Night City, a bustling metropolis located on the coast of the free state of North California. It's a dystopian city where violence and oppression are the norm. We are working hard to make Night City a fully realized, seamless open world with no loading screens. Currently, we're in Watson.
There are loading screens in the game, by the way. But they let's not dock them for a technicality. They said we're working hard to build a Night City that has a seamless open world with no loading screens. Particularly when you obviously fast travel and shit, there are loading screens in the game. Which will I think they show it in this one where you were supposed to be able to be on the physical subway. Not a thing.
Open world with no loading screens. Currently, we're in Watson, a former industrial district where crime now mixes with money.
Very strong signal. You kidding me? Damn signal gonked out 3 times. 3 times, yo! It's a piece of shit. Now give me back my eddies.
Silverhand's debut album, that. Now ever since, if you ask me.
Could be some truth to that.
And by the way, like, I know they're trying to make the, hey, look at this lively city. In the final game, these guys that you're seeing are fucking zombies. They're zombies. They're fucking retarded. It's like they coded them to just have paths. Anytime they get in each other's path, or you get in a path, they don't even know what the fuck to do. You can go park your car right in front of traffic. And this, again, small little details. And what GTA and stuff like that does, shit on it all you want. I don't be pissed off at GTA Online. Don't even fucking care. Not an argument. But things that go underappreciated, for example, in this game, or like GTA, you can go block off a road in GTA, right? The NPC will have enough sense to not only just drive around the car, they have enough sense to avoid incoming traffic if they have to get in a lane, an oncoming lane, right? Onto oncoming traffic. They have sense enough to fucking stop and not hit it, yet still drive to wherever they need to go and get back in the correct lane. That's a small little detail, right? And it again, maybe GTA spoiled us because they did such a great job, and we just expect it from everybody, but they don't do none of that shit. You can park, like I did this so many times, right? I come back to the apartment. I park my ride like right in the middle of the shit, right? I come back, it's a fucking pile up because none of them had, and they're just sitting in there just like zombies, like nothing. It's like you impede their path. They don't even know what they're doing, right? So it made it seem, and you're watching this like, oh, look at all these guys walking around. This city looks so alive, bro. This is all fucking a bait and switch because they're fucking dead on this game. They're fucking zombies, bro.
We've greatly enhanced our crowd and community system to create the most believable city in any open world game.
Oh my God, man, they said that. They had the nerve to say that. I didn't even remember them say that. They said that. What? Oh my God, they said that. They fucking said that. We've greatly enhanced our crowd and community systems to create the most believable city in any open world game to date. Like, what? Man, games not even named GTA have more believable. Yes, look-wise, graphic-wise, yes. You have one of the best looking worlds. I will give you that. But not all the time does that mean that your world feels believable and it feels alive just because the texture, right? And they look good, right? Like, it's about how they interact with that world. It's about them, like the people existing in the world and the world itself. The crowd, what enhanced from what? From what fucking, I don't know. What, from what? From what? Fallout 1? Like, I don't know. Like, from what's the measure here? What from Witcher? Like, what's the measure when you greatly enhanced it? From what? What was the if that's the result, what the fuck was the starter base? What was the starter base then? Where were you? Like, can we get like a metric here? Cause holy shit. Enhance crowd my ass. I don't know, maybe from a potato. Yes, if you enhanced it from a potato, you turn potato NPCs is what you got. Okay, I got you. But the most believable city in any open world game to date, horse shit. Way to sell your game. I'll give you that, because you had me in the first half. I ain't gonna fucking lie. But that's okay, that was a lie. That was a lie. Fake news.
The city's streets are bustling with crowds of people from all facets of life, all living their lives within a full day and night cycle.
And by the way, you want to know how fucked this game is? You could go you can sit still, right? You could fucking skip time 12 goddamn hours right there, and that same NPC is gonna be sitting right the fuck there. They didn't even bother to pay attention to that shit. Enhanced. What was it like on what other game? Like Skyrim? Like I believe like on other games you could like you could sim. Was it Skyrim? Like or you could sim ahead, and like that NPC would be like on a different side of town. Right? Like they would be like somewhere else. But hey, this is enhanced, guys.
Okay.
Oh, man, we got fucking switched to the. I mean, golly.
Fucking finally. Buckle up. Shit's happening.
What's up, Jack?
This guy played 200 plus hours, but it's the worst game ever made, said someone in the chat. Never said that the game was bad at all, right? And unlike you, like I actually have a name for myself and I do something, right? I'm a content creator. So it makes more sense for me to like watch a bad movie, to play a game that was bad anyway, so I can thoroughly review it for my audience, right? I don't have my thing isn't just sitting at the house being like not known by people and playing games in my luxury, which I do that, but that's not my thing, right? So I have stacks of bad comics that I read, as bad movies that I've watched and consumed, because my audience comes to me for my analysis of that. So it's a little different anyway, but either way, I never said I hated this game or that it was a bad game. I said that it was disappointing. And again, when you're retarded, to whoever that guy was in the chat, no, let's say his name, Alex Game, that's what he said. The guy, the retard in the fucking chat. Like, there's a difference between us being disappointing and saying that the game is bad. Okay? Those are two different kinds. Some people actually may, and I can understand, like, more videos are coming out and comparing even the open world aspects to other games, and I can understand why people say, like, okay, Cyberpunk isn't as, even by our standards, isn't as good as that, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's bad. It's okay for what it is. Right? But what it is not what was promised. Those are two completely different things. You fucking retard. Let's continue on.
Dexter Deshawn. Huh? Sound familiar?
Don't you have this conversation sitting down while he's eating? That's a little more enhanced.
Okay, you see that caddy? Need to walk on over there and get us a job, Hyena.
So yeah, they went a little more into detail there.
Fine, I'll meet him. Talk.
I'll be in Senor Rippers. Good news to me. Good luck, V!
It turns out we've caught the attention of one of Night City's biggest players, Dexter Deshawn, a fixer, a person who gets things done. He wants to meet up and discuss a job.
Get in.
Let's see what he has for us.
Yo, Miss V, a pleasure. Let's roll.
This is all in the game, by the way.
Serious job just now. Playing gargantuan compared to smashing up a scare phone. You interested?
All the thing here that's changed is like the dialogue options.
Well, glad to hear it. Before we can start in on this, though, I need to be sure you all right.
And the nature of this test.
Slaughter in the show.
All this is the same.
See, got a classic tale for you. Psycho gang, just doing his thing, jumped a corp convoy, got away with gear. Now I need me that little combat bot. They call it the Flathead. Of course, I got the Eddies to buy it, but me and the Maelstrom boys ain't the best of friends. No flow to our convo, see?
Who's the woman?
Corporal agent. She's on the hunt for the dogs who sold the Gangoons info on the convoy. Got herself a prisoner.
Graphics look better in the trailer. I mean, overall, everything looks
20
better.
hours since the convoy was jumped and she's
I mean, you can even have a 30. I mean, you well more so you have to have like a high-end graphics card to get this thing to,
think how
you know, be able to get a solid frame rate while also just looking as best as it possibly can.
Beautiful.
Like,
here's hoping my inkling checks
this shit was the new Crisis for sure.
So, see you at the afterlife soon as the job.
Cause I got a fucking I got a 2080 and a Titan.
Beautiful friendship based
and them bitches is bringing them. This game's bringing it to its knees, bro.
Has given us a test of sorts to see if we're worthy. He wants us to retrieve a piece of high-tech combat gear a local gang stole from the Militech megacorp.
I don't even remember little stuff like that being done, where the guy's like trying to.
He wants us to retrieve a piece of high-tech.
Trying to like get shit out of the. I don't know. Maybe I missed that. Dirt Girl. I'm guessing that's supposed to be a joy. I don't know if that means joy toy.
Job from a variety of angles.
Or it's just a chick that's
Let's
just sitting
try
there.
calling the Militech contact to see where that leads.
Stout here. Hi. Heard you were looking for some tech. Let's talk.
Hey, everybody shut it! Where is it? Come on, spill!
On the horn? No.
Amateur hour, Jesus. First exit off Skyline going towards the NID. Storm channel.
I like the way in this trailer how they kind of had it way more like the person that was calling you. It's way more like believable, if that makes sense. Where on the game, it doesn't matter who you call or what the situation is. They're in the same animation and they're just talking. Like, it doesn't matter at what instance that you call them or you're talking to them. It's the same.
Meet you there.
The situation's tricky because the contract giver is a corporate agent who seems a little high-strung. Before we get down to business, it's a great idea to visit
the people look way more believable here doing shit like that, but you
is a
know,
corporate agent who
man,
seems
what build of this game were they fucking?
Before we get down to
what build did we get of the game, man?
business, it's a great idea to visit our Ripper Dog.
Like, you see, they got all this shit, and it makes it look like, yeah, all of this shit's just the most believable thing fucking ever. Bro, trust me, if you have not played this game, it is nothing like this. The people that are walking around this city are fucking zombies, man. They're zombies, man.
Yeah, you. You see this cam, huh? Yeah, got a real whack tape, change your fucking life.
Yeah, Stefan's in the game, by the way. He doesn't look like that. He looks actually way more shit than he does here. But yeah, Stefan's in the game. Different voice too.
Crime is a common occurrence. Night City is not a safe place. Life here is not.
All right, so they're investigating. Can someone confirm? I haven't paid that much attention to this. Can someone confirm that they have like instances where like the crime was planned? I know that there's instances where this happens, right? Where the police are kind of looking over something, but do they usually have it to where okay, so it's there? Okay, just wanted to make sure. I've thought that it was there, but I just didn't want to know if, you know, I don't want to miss anything, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't fucking being like an ass.
heart chakra looks a little out of whack, babe.
V!
I can release...
How'd it play out with Dex?
It's all here.
All right. I'll check it out while I wait for you.
V? Dr. Vector, we'll see you now.
This, for the most part,
We're
is the
at
instance.
a Ripper Dog clinic. Ripper Dogs
The
are
cat there,
specialist
yep.
vendors who
All
offer
this is the
people the
same.
possibility to install or upgrade their cyberware.
Vicky, spry as ever, you old ripper.
Hernandez pounces on the chance, coming in with a couple of hooks. Gaining the upper hand pretty darn quickly.
Need to bump up my specs and get a grip.
Really? Now? Finally?
Vic, shit just got real. Hitting the major leagues.
All this is a thing. Yes, this is a thing.
Dexter Deshawn.
Have y'all seen that bug or someone recording this and like
But let me guess.
at the one point he like has it says like bug free or whatever and he has like a grenade in his
I'll bring
hand.
you the Eddies later, with interest.
It's fucking
You know I
hilarious.
will.
Last time, I swear. Now sit.
Man, this looks way better. But like they're probably playing on a fucking RTX 5070 and shit as well. Frame rates 220 smooth frames.
That's corrosive.
Fucking RTX that ain't even fucking out
Should be
yet.
about right under the circumstances.
Cause my shit, I don't know motherfuckers with 3090s and they shit don't look like this, man.
Now jack in. You peruse and choose while I scan. See what's going on inside.
We're going to install both an optical scanner.
Mark 1, like I said.
Not a thing. It doesn't look like this, by the way. It does not. This is even a better UI. It's a more like believable UI as well. Like I wonder why they changed that. Now it just goes into like a screen that looks like it's like the devs version of the inventory system, right? Like this UI looks more believable. It looks cooler, and it looks more appropriate for the game, right? This particular UI, but we don't get none of this. Like all we get is, hey, this is what I fucking got, and it looks like more of an inventory system that is like basic. It's a basic ass like looking inventory system. I don't know why this looks good. Like I can understand they could have cleaned it up a little bit, but like this looks more appropriate for the game is what I'm saying.
The cornea.
And a subdermal weapon grip.
Link's not labeled. And to be perfectly honest, not entirely sure where the hell
I get it. They could have like changed the colors and stuff, but this idea looks way better than what they did with it. It looks better for the world.
I'm ready. Carve away.
Okay, all clean. Now for the fun stuff. Lay that Major League arm of yours right here.
Guys, I think they're still on. Like I'm gonna be honest. The more I'm looking at this, we're only 20 minutes in. By the way, this is 48 minutes long. We ain't even fucking halfway. The more looking at this, the more we got maybe we got a very early build of this game. Like maybe it wasn't changed. Maybe we just got an early build of it.
Now a bit of anesthetic, and I can start cutting. Feel anything?
All this is the same.
Look. Play by play.
It just
Makes you
looks
sound like a
better.
dentist.
But
They're
you know
always
that's
going
more
on and
on like what they're playing on
Don't
versus
be mean now. Remember, I'm old. I got a shaky Gannic hand. Could slip. Lights out for a minute, all right? Good. So let's test it. Linking you in. You might feel a little discomfort, maybe blurred vision, low contrast, glitches.
I can't tell you if that part was in the game because I don't remember. But again, they rarely show you in third person. Either way. But I don't
With the
remember if they
scanner,
kind of did
we
that.
can zoom in on things and take a closer look.
This is fantastic.
Beautiful. Time for the scanner.
Additionally, we can analyze objects, get details on enemy weak points or gang affiliation.
It might take you a while.
That it just looks different. The UI is a little more cleaned up, but this is in the game.
Scanner should eventually sync with your thought processes and read your intentions. Ought to work like a charm. Now draw your weapon. You should see your ammo count in a brand new sight.
The subdermal weapon grip links to our scanner and shows us weapon information like ammo count and fire modes. It also increases the base damage on all connected weapons.
Shit, Victor. Not bad. I don't know what to say.
Say you'll take this and remember the dosage. 2 whiffs now, and another 2 in an hour.
Thanks again. You're the best, Vic.
Go on, kid. Show them what you can do. And once you hit the big time, don't forget where you came from.
Yep, all this is the same. You can have more conversation with them if you want, but man, this bitch look way better than how I played it, man. And I was fucking playing on pretty decent settings.
They can even offer to install illegal military-grade cyberware.
Left a few minutes ago. Said he'd wait outside.
Well, Kiroshi. Well, Vic's got a soft spot for you, Heina. Come on, how about you use them fancy-ass optics to scan my new wheels?
Sure, but you'll have to let me take it for a spin.
Hey, just watch the paint job.
I don't think I had. I don't know if this is something like specific to like maybe a street kid or something. I don't remember having this option at all.
Hey, you got a problem?
But I could be fucking
looks an
wrong,
awful
man. I
lot
played
like
so
one of
many
those
hours.
scavengers we took out earlier.
Okay, game. It's just not in the game. Okay, so I wasn't tripping. I remember V wanting to use your shit. I mean, excuse me, Jackie wanted to use your shit. I don't remember this. But again, like I'm not gonna try to dock him that much for it. Like this is more of a complete removal of the like just kind of a mission.
Super-powered sports car running.
I played all three. It's not in the game. Okay.
The super fuel.
Appreciate y'all interaction with me because, like I say,
Players
I don't know if that was like
explore
part of the
Night City
interlude for
freely
like maybe a
in
different
many
deal.
different cars, on bikes, and in other types of vehicles.
This does not look good.
Puta madre!
Grab the wheel, Jack!
Oh, fuck!
It looks like the scavengers from earlier are still angry.
They're pulling ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember this shit.
Got it. All right.
I think we got rid of them. That was intense.
Shit! The fuck was that?
Devils.
Night City never sleeps. Danger lurks around every corner, even in daytime. Random encounters like these are an example of how your actions directly influence your open world experience.
Oh, come on, man. These guys are, like I said, maybe there's a case to be made for fraud. Go fuck off, CD Projekt Red. There ain't no fucking actions directly influence your open world experience. Nigga, please, man. Negro, please, man. Fuck you talking about it, man.
Okay, Jackie.
So, think they're done riding our asses?
Scavs?
Ain't no random. Look, I'll tell you, there are no random encounters in this game, which would have been a cool aspect to make it more believable, right? I talked about this with like the mission that they were initially talking about, where you go to try to steal the flathead. The fact that you can go steal that flathead, right? And you go steal the flathead, and you can blow all of their fucking brains out, like with a shotgun, all the Maelstrom cats by the end of it. They don't come try to find you. They don't come try to shoot you, like go shoot you on sight or anything like that. None of that exists in this game. So that was a straight up what we call down south a homicide.
Maybe. Should be looking for a new spot to slice and dice, not gunning after us. But who knows? Real messed up pendejos, guys. Saw it yourself.
Ain't no fucking random encounters on this fucking game, which would again made it more believable, right? I go around, I go shoot some motherfuckers up. It has consequences, right? That's not coded in this game. There is no instance of that.
Many forces are fighting for control of Night City, but the mega corporations are the real showrunners. The agent we're going to meet represents Militech, one of the largest companies in the private military sector.
Why are we stopping?
Remember the corpo off Dex's shard? Ranger, she's in the area and looking to meet.
Let me guess. She's in hot corporal water. Desperate. Then you think you can use that.
I did this. I don't remember there being an option to have like Jackie like with you, but I obviously met up with her. I don't remember. I don't know if this was an option
will
though.
Be key when dealing with Night City's powerful, especially when these are corpos. Instead of just rushing in, let's assess the situation with our freshly installed Kiroshi optical scanner.
There. Let's take a closer look.
Composite armor. Car's a fucking tank.
Yeah, this is just a story change. That's all. I'm not gonna try to grill him that much, but this is more of a story change than anything.
Yeah, gotta do this. But don't you move a damn muscle. Not unless I start, that is.
Like I did the thing with Meredith, but it wasn't like
guys
it wasn't
are
like this.
levels higher than we are. Let's try to approach them carefully.
Let's see if you're gonna get smacked like you do.
Stout.
When you like you trying to blackmail me?
Yep.
Yeah, it happens.
Wanted.
It happens.
Think you're smart? Thought you could blackmail me, bitch? Set conditions? Calm the hell down. What is this? I got you now, asshole.
Yeah, this is all the scene itself is the same. It's just like what's different is, well, for one, it don't look this fucking good like a goddamn straight cutscene. But
the corpos have hacked us through our personal link.
It's just different.
And have subjected us to
how
a
they
kind
got
of lie
into
detector program. The dialogue system in Cyberpunk 2077 is fully gameplay driven.
I asked if you came alone.
Oh my God, boy, these boys out here hostile, man. The dialogue system is arguably the most overrated part of this game, because most shit you say ends up in the same conclusion almost every time, aside from a few instances. This character may die, this character may not, but for the most part, it all goes to the same place.
Oh no.
It's one of the biggest. Yep. It's a well promoted gimmick, but it's not a real thing that really impacts the like your gameplay experience, unless you're like an uber emotional cat and you just like saying different shit, because it makes it more immersive, which is that's the idea. But as far as it being like game changing, only certain instances where it is. For the most part, though, you can say either thing and it ends up the same way, because they had a story that they were trying to tell, which I get in some sense, but that means that you're overhyping this system.
Just little old me.
She's lying.
Search the area.
Like a Telltale game, kind of in that aspect. Because yeah, it's like saying different things to get to the same place. Sometimes not.
He or another asshole at Militech,
you know,
leak info to you or anyone else about a
but and let me go more into detail about that. More so, it's one of those things where, let's say that there was a consequence where this character died. Often it doesn't end up in the biggest like differentiation of your gameplay. It's more so what I'm saying. Like there's not like there are a couple of instances where that is the case, but for the, I would say 95% of the time, that's not what it is. It's just gimmicky. Like, hey, I have an option to say this, but for the most part, it won't change your experience. It just gives you different dialogue options.
It might be tempting to reach for the gun, but the consequences...
And Meredith, like, she's
Remember,
abandoned,
these
like,
guys are really tough.
after the interlude for the most
Checks
part.
out.
You don't even hear from her fucking again.
You got nothing on me. Nothing.
Like, there's a
Won't get away
thing
with
that
this,
you can
bitch.
do
You're dead.
if you answer a question right and you're a dude.
me home.
But after that, you don't see her again. Except at the end of this mission.
All right.
Chain.
I have no idea who you're working for or what you even want, but you better give me something solid or I will end you. I've got an offer.
Let me see something real quick.
Take me home. Now.
Someone make sure I didn't miss any like option changes. Because yeah, this was pretty much the
What
same.
you even want, but you better give me something solid or I will end you. I've got an offer. Oh, you are stretching. This better be fucking good.
Gang goons who ripped you off? I know where to find them. They got a bot I want. Give me the funds to buy that bot. You can do what you want with the gang.
Oh, someone says
I
that
don't
thing
give a
happens
shit
when
about
she's a
the
dude,
thieves.
if
I
you're a
want my
girl too.
mole.
Okay, so she goes both ways.
Cred ship 50K. Just enough to buy you.
It's crazy how you have more romantic options if you're a gay dude, which is crazy, in a sense, because most people aren't gay dudes. But if you're a gay dude, you have more options than anything on this game. Or bisexual as well. Straight guys, romantic options, you got one. You got fucking one. and you gotta be fucking, you gotta feel empty after that, because it's not like you get like what Fallout used to do, I believe, where it's like, okay, you romance this character, therefore you get something out of it, gameplay wise, right? So you got XP or something like that. Doesn't exist. You don't get to use Pan Am as like a companion or the Aldecados. Such a wasted fucking opportunity. But yep, that's your only option anyway, by the way. And you just it's your only option, and it's so linear, and it gets you nothing. You get fucking nothing out of it.
Thing is, Chip's gotta make it into the thieves' terminal. That's all I need. Think you can do that? Then we got.
I told her to go fuck herself.
Fine. I'm in.
I was like, that's a
Try
fucking
to
virus
fuck
on
me
there.
Anyway, and I'll be seeing you real soon.
You're making a mistake. This cunt's good as dead. She'll take you down with her.
The agent gave us the money to buy the bot we need from the gang. By choosing to call the Militech agent earlier, we have now opened up a non-violent...
No, somebody asked a question about River. No, River does not. He does not. Doesn't really do shit after you complete his mission chain.
Of course, we could try and keep the money.
And again, even if you answer, I don't know if he's bisexual, because you make him. But as a dude, you get an option. It's hilarious. You get an option to clearly say you ain't with that gay shit, right? Like toast to a friendship with a lemonade, right? I took the most safe options I possibly could with that motherfucker, man, because I didn't want the fucking. First of all, I didn't want to see that shit playing out on screen. But more importantly, I didn't want none of that. I didn't want no part of that. So the motherfucker still wakes up, and because they didn't really do anything with the dialogue change, right? He still acts as if he talks to you as if y'all did something the previous night before. No matter if you toasted to a friendship with a lemonade, it's still like, oh, I was drunk off my ass and last night was crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's a prime example of what I'm talking about how the dialogue options for the most part are just gimmicks, man.
We'd have to take the merchandise by force, which requires a lot of firepower.
Looked a little fishy, you know. People tense. No signal, so.
This is just a story change right
Good
here.
thing too. Went down about like I expected. Made a deal, and we're good to meet with Maelstrom now.
Mm-hmm.
Be there soon. What do you expect?
Corps don't forgive or forget. Even these Borg fucks sense that. Feel the pressure. That's why they're holed up in this shithole, praying to the almighty Trip 6. Gotta move the tech, but they can't. Because your new best friend from the tripped out, tanked out SUV is just begging them to try. How you want to do this?
Even now, we can choose how to approach this quest. Do we go in guns blazing, or do we try to negotiate for the
Plan's simple. We pay with the corp.
Okay, that I don't remember having that option one fucking time. Where it's you can play it out, right? If you are a quick hacker or whatever, if you are a person that could, you know, I went in loud most places anyway, but there was never any like dialogue kind of option that I could imagine if they wanted to make it as detailed, it would change kind of slight change to the code of the enemies and shit. But that doesn't that's now again, you can see that as a positive or a negative thing where, you know, you don't need a dialogue option. You go in however you want to go, right?
Bread.
You want to go in loud, go in loud. You want to go in quiet, go in quiet.
You're calling this one.
For this demo, let's try the
What,
more
don't trust my
diplomatic
charm?
approach.
Tough shit. All we need's for them to buy it.
Don't know you.
Want to talk to
I told him to shut the fuck up.
Main room. I'm waiting.
I want the motherfuckers to feel my presence, but it all, like I'm saying, it all ends up the same way, bro. It all ends up the same way. That's the thing. That's what I be talking about and how linear it is. It's way more linear than what it pretends.
Psycho
what it
Borgs
pretended.
crawled out with military-grade hardware worth millions. Should be
The guys we're about to meet are dangerous. They are members of the Maelstrom gang, and their obsession with body modification goes way beyond even this world's standards. On their path to becoming machines, they don't shy away from even the most extreme measures.
Anti-personnel mine. Shrapnel splitter. My favorite.
Cancun's getting creative with their gear.
It looks like they made this abandoned all foods meat factory their hideout. Charming.
Another one? Seriously?
Yeah.
Maybe we should have taken him by surprise.
Most of this is the same.
A little late for regrets like that. Got us in their sights now. Just keep moving.
It's just like the flowing from like Jackie being there. At least I didn't have that as no fucking option. Or like with the Meredith thing.
Stay cool. They're just trying to spook us.
Remember, we've chosen to buy the tech, not steal it. Hopefully this will go fast and easy.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like that option changes. Clearly they were going in with the idea that if you select the option, it changes the gameplay. It changes because you have an expectation, right? Which would have been a cool element, but that's not in the game. For those that hadn't played it, there's no okay. Hey, this is what we're gonna do, and this is the plan when we go talk to this person. That's not it. It was just walk up to the goddamn thing, push the button, and go in, and then the dialogue happens with the Maelstrom boys, and then it's like, hey, do you want to draw your gun? Do you want to say this? And then that's it.
Imagine what would have happened if we'd taken the violent path.
Well, he tells him to fucking sit, and then Jackie's like, no.
Looking to buy a bot. Model MTO D12. Looks like a spider.
Couch planted. Yo, Kurt.
I had my strength up, so I had an option to fuck him up for the other dude when he comes out of the garage.
Well, shit. Sit down.
I'll stand.
Yeah, this is all the same.
Makes you an easy target.
Sit down.
That really necessary, hombre?
I ain't your hombre.
I feel like his voice changed too. It was more dark.
Sit your ass down before I plant a bullet in your skull.
Jack, sit down.
This ain't gonna end well, but...
Shit. Well, all right. Fucking bravo. Come on, lighten up. Have a whiff.
I didn't take the inhaler. I don't trust no motherfucker that look like that.
Better.
See, like I said, all the dialogue for the most part is just gimmicky. Like in that instance, when I did it, I said no, and he says like "suit yourself," and he basically takes it. So it's like it's cool, I guess, but you're going the same place for the most part. We're like 95% of the dialogue.
Now we can talk.
The bot. Need to see it.
Suit yourself. Fucking tricked out, state-of-the-art this thing. Don't even got no standard port. Bells and whistles though, dynamic camo armor and motor impulses rivaling that of the human nervous system. Its actuators are actually pimped with titanium fiber, and it can go anywhere, literally. Watch this. Fully integrated link too, so when the spider starts crawling up walls, dangling from ceilings, you could lose your lunch. So, what you think?
Pay up and let's get the fuck out of here.
The bot. I'll take it.
2 questions. What the fuck's going on? And who the fuck is this?
Yeah, see, I had an option here where, which was a cool addition, where if you had your power, I can't remember which one it was, at a certain level, you get to fuck him up first, and then you get in a fucking shootout.
Got 50 lost.
After this, I think it's after this. It's like I was like, you got your eddies already.
Positively reek of Militech.
Dexter Deshawn sent me.
Dexter Deshawn. Dreads. Gold plate. Fat old fuck. That him?
We'll pay for the bot and be on our way.
How much you say you had? 50K?
Creds on this.
Move it.
Woo, not the smoothest of deals, but it worked out in the end, right? Flathead's good gear. It'll do the trick. Whatever that trick is.
Shit. Shit.
Yeah, so the shit hits the fan regardless. I thought he was gonna truly have a different option, but it hits the fan regardless.
It turns out the cred chip we got from the Militech agent contained a virus which fried their systems.
Virus must have tripped the security.
Royce,
Yeah, and that's
their
what
leader, is making a break for it.
That's what Meredith, her shit had.
This way.
Before we figure out a way to leave, let's grab the splinter that controls the bot from one of these dead Maelstromers. The inspection system allows us to take a closer look at the splinter.
Okay, not in the game.
Specific items
Not in the
details
fucking
that can
game,
help
man.
In solving quests.
Absolutely not. Not in the game.
Okay, let's equip the splinter to our chipware slot. With this done, the bot will now follow us wherever we go.
Not in the game, man.
What else do we have here?
Fake news, man.
Nice. A street-modified tech shotgun. Tech weapons fire rounds that penetrate.
Go back to the
walls.
menu. What you talking about? This? Yeah, this shit's not there. Like this isn't. That's not a. This whole sequence ain't a fucking thing. Oh, you talking about that menu right there? That. Yeah, it's just nah. Like it's the rehash of the. This is a different looking inventory system. That's all. They cleaned it up, made it different. It's crazy how to me it looks worse, but you know that's just a fucking opinion.
Okay, let's equip the splinter to our chipware slot. With this done, the bot will now follow us wherever we go. All right, what else do we have here? Nice. A street-modified tech shotgun. Tech weapons fire rounds that penetrate walls and other types of cover. They also have an alternate fire mode that allows you to power up shots.
Like I said, the UI now looks like it's like their UI, like the devs UI. Like they use that shit to like whatever they're, to keep up with how they do shit. And then they just like, oh, we gotta ship this shit. They said, fuck it, put it out.
more damage.
This is what we use. Give it to the fucking user.
It looks like there are several ways out of this room, like those gates, for example.
Can't remember if this was
However, you'd have to be a skilled netrunner to hack into this terminal. Luckily,
I feel like it was. I didn't do. I went the way that they're going, though. I don't remember that fucking being even an option. But that's a minor change. That's not worth grilling them over.
Solving problems. The engineering skill can be used to fix, disassemble, and disarm devices blocking
Production
your
line
path.
passes through here.
And we're gonna pass through with it.
So,
Got
at this
it.
point,
It's a good old
we're
bait
going
and
to
switch,
unlock
yeah.
the abilities of a high-end character to showcase some of the different mechanics we have in the game.
I'll get him.
One of the new weapon modules we now have installed is a ricochet targeting system connected to our eyes. This allows players to bounce bullets off walls and hit enemies hiding behind cover.
I don't remember that like looking like that, but I had the ricochet shit as an option. I think what did you have a perk to use that? Because I don't fucking, or was that like one of the fucking? I know that was like that with the grenades and shit, but I don't remember them like having an option to where you can see it like bouncing off. The ricochet is on the game. The ricochet and bullets are on the game though. Is buggy real game? I mean, I never really used it. The smart tech's OP as fuck. Definitely that ending sniper where it's like auto headshots. I don't even know why that shit's in the fucking game, man. That shit's OP as fuck. I'm sitting here one-shotting motherfuckers like easy on that damn shit. The ricochet at least makes more sense. But that smart snipe should not be in the game.
This is another targeting system that will reveal enemies behind walls.
That
Paired with
is
the
in the
penetrating
game.
rounds of our tech shotgun, it's a deadly combination. Looks like we found
Even the
some
glass
loot.
mechanics look better.
This is a smart gun. It's one of the more advanced weapons in the game, allowing bullets to track and follow their target. It's one of many different weapons players can acquire. Weapons are built of modules that allow for deep customization and progression. Weapons are built of modules.
I'm just looking to make sure like I ain't miss anything out of this.
That allow for deep customization and progression. This way, you can be sure to find something that will suit your playstyle.
And to be fair to them, yes, the crafting elements, all that's there, and how you want to go about it exists as well in the game. If you want to go more tech shit like cyber hack, the quick hacking and shit, you can do that as well. But the through the wall shooting, all that's in the game. I had that Nash rifle for better part of the game, precision rifle, and that's what I was doing. Shooting motherfuckers through the wall. In game is fucking overpowered. A lot of the smart tech shit is overpowered. Like during these parts of the game, it's kind of cool because the characters aren't as overpowered. But yeah, once you get to fucking like in game, being able to just shoot everybody through walls and shit, or have a sniper rifle that fucking locks on to people's face. It's kind of fucking OP. Not kind of OP, it is. But slow-mo shit, I don't remember being there like that, but I didn't focus on that as a perk either. Like I just did it when I slid and I aimed.
Just a reminder, everything you've seen and are about.
Yeah, slow time's in the game.
Including this particular feature we're about to show.
But I had it to where it was
from
just
a work
sliding.
in progress version of the game and may change over the course of development.
Yeah, no shit.
All that shit's covered?
Okay, let's try something different. We're going to take this guy down and connect directly to his neural sign. In the world of Cyberpunk, once you are jacked into a network, you have access to everything it connects to. Through This Maelstrom gang member, we've now connected to the gang hideout's internal network. This is the building's personnel system. Let's focus on the squad containing the Maelstrom ganger we just
Bro, this game, I'm telling you, the more we watch this, I'm telling you, we got an early version of this game. I don't even think it's so much little shit that would have took this game. It would have made it better. That is not in the game. I think it's less about them getting it and removing it, and more of they gave us working. It doesn't even work for a lot of people as well. I think we just got an early build of the game. I think we got an early build of this fucking game. This is, you could not, so that's two, like the takedown where we saw where you shot him underwater, not in the game. And this shit's not in the game. Like you could jack in the network,
in the world
right?
of Cyberpunk.
It's not nearly as like cool as this, but you can jack into the network on certain like computers and shit. But that's it.
Once you are jacked
like
into
not
a
like
network,
this.
You have access to everything it
It
connects.
don't look like that either.
Through this Maelstrom gang member, we've now connected to the gang hideout's internal network. This is the building's personnel system. Let's focus on the squad containing the Maelstrom ganger we just connected to. From here, we can deploy software that affects the whole squad.
Like that looks, that whole sequence looks better than what we got, guys. Like it looks worse now. Like I don't think that's why I'm saying I think we're leaning towards we got an early build of the game, then it got removed, because that whole sequence looks way better than when you do it on the computer anyway. When you do get to actually, you want to turn off the network and shit, it looks so fucking basic when you do it, right?
We'll simply unlock the ability to perform quick hacks. All right, time to show off our new high-level abilities.
Fake fucking news. Fake news. Fake news. Very fake news. Very fake news. Not in the game. There ain't no fucking wall running, sticking to walls and shit like Spider-Man. That shit ain't in the fucking game.
Using the back door we unlocked a minute ago, we'll install a virus that jams the connection.
Not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing, bro. Fucking not a thing.
The Maelstrom ganger and his weapon. This will prevent him from firing.
Yeah, doing shit like that.
Looks like he's having a problem now.
Obviously, the Mantis blades are in the game, but that little cool fucking sequence, not a thing. Fake fucking news, man. Fake news.
Some of you might recognize these Mantis blades. We can also double jump and bounce off of walls.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Which makes us a very agile, fast solo.
You can double jump. You can't double jump, and you can charge jump. You can't do that. You can kind of parkour, but not with like the Mantis blades. But the Mantis blade shit was fake news. Like there's things you can do with the legs that are on the game, but the whole like Mantis blade like wall running shit, not a thing. That is not a thing. You can do things like there are like cyber enhancements that you can get like with your legs to do like think hover and fucking like do different shit with. But yeah, the Mantis blade shit to the wall, sticking into the wall running and shit, not a thing.
Sweet, we just found a corporate tech rifle. Corpo weapons are top of the line. Let's scan this guy and see what's going on. It looks like Royce is back, and he's prepped. He's got an armored exoskeleton. We won't be able to get rid of him that easily. Our weapons are not dealing a lot of damage because he's packing an autonomous shield. Luckily, the scan we performed earlier revealed a weak spot. Attacking it should bring the shield down.
Okay, that little instance right there where Jackie picks that car up, I don't remember that, but that sequence is in the game. When you're doing one of the side missions where you're fighting one of the psycho fucking fuckers and the cyber psychosis guys, and he does that exact movement and he gets pushed back. It's the same exact animation.
Attacking should bring the shield
It's
down.
literally that animation. It's the same exact animation. I don't remember this boss fight either. It may have been there. This is so early on in the game. I don't remember this. They're boss fights. Like, yeah, the guy that you fight, like I said, is in one of those type of things. He's in one of those. In that sequence that, not necessarily Royce. I'm saying the part where the guy is, it just looks far worse than that. That when Jackie picked up that car, that whole sequence is in the game. And you're fighting a guy that's in some shit like this too. Royce, I don't remember him being in this shit, but that was so early in the game, I just don't remember.
Shields down. Let's finish him off.
Boy, it ain't going your way, you cunts.
Okay, let's put him down and get this job
How come I didn't have this part? I don't know. Like I said, I don't even remember it, so I couldn't tell you.
That wasn't the smoothest raid, but we've got the bot, and Dex should be happy. But think back. What would have happened if we hadn't met with the Militech agent? Or told Royce about the agent and her plans? Or just decided to buy the bot ourselves? So many options, so many possibilities, and each will have consequences that will ripple through the game world and your story.
For the most part, that is one of the most overstated parts of this game, guys. If you have not played it, it is one of the most overstated, underwhelming aspects of the game. It is not like that. It is not that interactive. It is not that consequence like tree branches type of things where, you know, everybody that plays the game for the most part, because of the combination of events, is going to have a bit of a different experience. That's not what this game is. This game has different dialogue. Again, like I would say like 95% of the dialogue options that you get are meaningless for the most part. They don't add anything to it. Your life path, when you can be like a corporal, I could say some corporal shit. That is usually every time you say some corporal shit, it's just a different dialogue option. But aside from that, it does not impact your gameplay for the most part. And that can be said for most things that you do throughout the game. There are dialogue options, and there are even missions where that will end up in, okay, this character hanging up on you or some shit. But for the most part, that is a largely overstated thing. It is not a ripple effect. It is very overstated and one of the most overrated aspects of this game.
And that's just one quest. Let's head out.
Yeah, that's just one quest. Yeah, exactly.
And finish the job.
About goddamn time. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, Meredith being outside, all of this is what happened with me.
You know, we really ought to work together more often.
Your chip had the clap. That's not discreet. You set me up.
I fucked you over, you fucked the gang over. Somewhere at the start of the story, somebody fucked the Corp.
Why do I feel like her
See how
voice
this
is
works
different?
now?
I may be tripping.
Only the Corp gets
Again,
what it wants.
after all of this and that little scene after the fact, she is no longer seen.
I'll be standing where I am, watching somebody else doing.
Yep, being a raging bitch to whoever's doing my dirty work for me.
It's time we were on our way, Ida.
Okay, let's call Dex and tell him how things went down.
Bye, my girl V.
Shit-eating
How's our
suits.
biz looking?
Vámonos.
Hey, Mr. Dex. Get us that table at the afterlife?
Matter of fact, I did. Just in my gut and all, you know.
Well, you were right to.
Well done, Miss V. Well done. See you there.
Yeah, like you see, like the instance in the top left where you're looking at that, like it's something small, but all of those small things add up. Where again, you're calling someone and they are in, they're like, yeah, he's getting up, right? Or he's like we saw with T-Bug, and T-Bug is like in this shit. None of that's in the game. For the most part, every single person does nothing but move their fucking mouth. And when you call them, and it's the same damn thing no matter when you call them. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. They don't do that. They don't like move around. They don't have life to them or anything like that. It's largely the same exact pose, and they're just saying different things every single time you call them. Every single time.
Shit, I can't believe it, Ina. Major leagues. We're in. I mean, we fucking pried the door open.
But the only thing I want to pry open right now is a bottle of scotch.
Oh, no. Not another three-nighter. Por favor.
Need to get to know this city, Jack. Not just gun in hand. I'm on a crusade.
Amen, Ina.
We finished the job, but our story is just beginning.
All right, so that was the gameplay thing. That was the gameplay reveal. So as you guys saw, there is a lot of things that was removed from this game. And when we look at stuff like that, remember, for those of you that have been watching this whole thing play out, for the most part, what I think happened, and I could be wrong, I think Keanu got added to the project late, and they changed like even the base of the game. The concept of the story changed, and it became more linear because it became about Keanu Reeves. Right? And some of that seems like silly. For like, why would you do that? Like, who's gonna buy Cyberpunk that was into this genre, who looked like this was gonna be this life simulator RPG game? Who's gonna play this game for Keanu? Like, who's gonna buy the game because Keanu's in the fucking game? Like, I get it, but other than normies, who is going to, like, why would that be a selling point? And I again, I just, when you look at when they got him, right? Like, we're talking about the resurgence era of like post-Matrix resurgence of Keanu Reeves, where he's on top of the world. So he's not cheap. Lord knows how much money they gave that man. And they probably could have got someone to do more for less, for like a fraction. And it's just bizarre because, like, that to me, that was one of the more annoying parts of the game. It's not that I hated him as a character. It's more that, like, you give me these customization options, and then you railroad all these customizations. You pretend like you're going to be this immersive thing, like this game's all this ripple effect, how you do things, tell the story, everything's adjusting. It's about you, and like all of that. And then the whole story is centered around railroading the player and forcing Neo from the fucking Matrix to be in your head. So I don't know, like, that's what it feels like. And because of that, the game became so linear. Yes, you're gonna have like what we just saw, missions and stuff like that, but that could have been the whole game experience for the most part, that had ripple effects that change your world. And I feel like if the Keanu edition wasn't there, that doesn't mean that Johnny Silverhand didn't have to be in the game or something like that. It's more so because the main missions, all things lead to Johnny Silverhand, basically. The game you have to railroad the player is more so what it was. So that's why a lot of folks were disappointed, because like I thought it was going to be like a open world RPG life simulator, not something that was so akin to Witcher or or something like that. This is about my story. You would give me the backstory. I get to customize me, all of that, while we worrying about fucking Johnny for literally the entire fucking game. Why is that a thing? So that's my guess, is that mid-production it changed. So some of these elements, to accommodate what made sense, meet deadlines and all of that, they changed that, and on those aspects that they missed the mark on, we got a like pre-alpha version of the game. We got pre-alpha version of the game, because some of that stuff doesn't look like, because it looks so much better. Like we talked about the UI, some of that stuff looks way better, right? It looks way better, and it makes me believe less about, okay, they put it in the game and then they took it out, and more, we just got a fucking pre-alpha version of the game. I don't know, but obviously a lot of shit got removed, and this isn't even, that's just a gameplay trailer. This isn't talking about like the articles and the things that the CEOs and the executives and the game promotions Q&As and the stuff that they said. Maybe we'll do that later. I just wanted to go through that 48-minute walkthrough, and just in that one mission, we saw a boatload of things that were completely just were not in the game. They weren't in the game. They were simply not in the game. Like the third person thing in the cutscenes, little shit like that was completely, I don't want to say removed, because the more we looked at it, by halfway in, I'm like, maybe it wasn't removed. Maybe we just got an early build of the game when it came to that. So it's less about it being taken out and more about, well, this is the best part of the game that works. Ship it. I don't know. But we saw that. I hope you enjoyed us breaking that down. But as you can see, with us looking at that, it was less about, to the CD Projekt fanboys who sit here and blame the consumers and say your expectations were too high. A lot of what we wanted was things that they pretended that they were going to have in the game, and they touted around. So it's less about us and more about them hyping themselves up and not being able to live up to that standard. If you were going to build this truly immersive RPG, unlike anything, like they're using rhetoric like that, this is unlike anything you've ever seen. And there's nothing from this game in terms of what it does that we have not seen from some game, specifically when it comes to the aspects of the RPG. We've seen it done in other games, and unfortunately, in some cases, we've seen it done better. We've seen it done better. Like when we talk just about basic shit with the NPC AI, GTA, Red Dead Redemption not only does that, but they do it astronomically better. Like it's not even close. Your zombies, your NPC AI in the game, they're fucking retarded zombies. On the other side of the game, like GTA and stuff, they at least react to their environment. GTA 4, GTA 3, like it's stuff that we're talking about. Not even in 5, they were doing shit like that, let alone what you could do the Red Dead stuff. So it's a bunch of little things that piled up, and it made for a game that was good for what it was, decent for what it was, but it certainly doesn't get anywhere close to living up to the hype, and it failed to deliver in a lot of aspects. And most of those aspects are not things that we just expected because we put it out our ass. It's things that they were saying, and they simply just didn't live up to it. Whether it was removed or whether it didn't make the game, whether it was Keanu Reeves' fault because of the forced implementation, all of that, I don't know. But the linear thing, I guess, is a big thing with me, and I'll end on this note. Because I knew, like, certain games, every game has to have an objective, right? I don't, like, to me, what would be the route that this game could have gone that would have been new, that would have been fresh, that would have been exhilarating, would have been a route that had, you did a solid job with the side missions and side quests and all of that. But making the game less about beginning, middle, end, and making the game more about, okay, this is an open world experience. We're giving you a bunch of things to do. We're putting characters in it with a bunch of dialogue that change depending on how you talk to them, the relationship, how the players interact with, or how the characters interact with you, and less about trying to force an ending on the user, like Witcher or really a lot of game, hell, even GTA. Well, not GTA Online, but like GTA, and less about doing that and more about your journey is your journey, right? And yeah, of course there has to be a gameplay loop. Of course there has to be, again, you have to give the player an objective, but it's more about a life simulator in the sense that, okay, you meet this character, this has branches. So it's not about trying, all right, end game. You have Ingram in your head, trying to get it out. We have to get to the ending where there's this big clash and this what if scenario of, do you want to live it out? All of this other shit. Fuck all that. And more, because that was poorly done anyway, because you don't get that's the one time, I keep saying this, that's the one time your decision actually matters, or it feels impactful for the most part. The decisions that you make within the game. And you can't even see it. You couldn't even see it. Like, it's like, okay, I'm going to live this out for 6 months. Why can I not go back into my world and at least free roam? You know why they didn't give you that option? Because the city's dead. There's nothing to do. What else is there to do other than back to the last save point? Or you start a new game and experience it again. And it's like, the game doesn't have much replayability in that aspect anyway, because it's so linear. You're going to see, for the most part, the same shit. You may see a couple of sequences that are different, like if you change your life path, more so pertaining to the intro. But it all roads lead to Johnny Silverhand. You know? And when people's like, well, would you compare it to this game? Why would you compare it to that game? Well, they're the ones that touted this. This is a new open world experience, unlike in the games, the world's unlike anything we ever had. Why wouldn't I compare it to GTA, Red Dead, and other open world games? Why wouldn't I? They did that to themselves. And and for the most part, unfortunately, a lot of the open worldness is a waste. There's no point. Mainly because, a lot of it is because you're walking around a bunch of zombies anyway. Just a disappointing project, and that's all. That's more so what it is. So, take that in whatever way you may. I know a lot of people enjoying it. I enjoyed it while I was playing it. But I was certainly disappointed. It just was a decent game for what it was. And, a lot of folks would be making videos like this if it lived up to it didn't have to live, just got anything close to living up to the hype that it built for itself. It didn't even get close. That doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean you won't enjoy it for what it is. It's just not what it pretended to be. It is just a cool little cyberpunk themed game that does nothing that we have not already seen from some game. It is not new. Its world isn't new in terms of how it does it, like in interactivity and stuff. There are several games that do it way better. It's just a decent game for what it is, but it's not mind blowing. And they're the ones that set themselves up for that.